Hey guys, it's Meme and welcome back to our third video with this stamp set. And today's video is probably the easiest project yet, okay? So we're going to take a A2 card base. So this piece is 11 inches long by 4 1/4 wide. And we're going to score it in half at 5 1/2. I promise this is going to be the easiest one we do. Easiest one. So if you've been looking for one easier than I've been showing, this is it. Now this is a really thick cardstock that I'm using, so I'm going to score both front and back to get a really nice fold. Just flip that over like so, and then crease it down. This is that Nina Textures that I tell y'all is so gorgeous. Comes in that 4-pack of colors, and it's the prettiest white. I love it. Okay, so there's that. Now what I want to do, just like we've been doing on all our other cards, is I'm going to make a slot for my gift to slide out of, okay? So on this one, we're going to go straight to the card itself, and we want to make a slide or a slot that is 1.5 inches down. I dropped my trimmer there. That is 1.5 inches down. So I use my cutting mat, so I'm going to go 1/2 inch, 1 inch, 1 1/2, and I'm just going to put my T-square here and line it up across, and then I'm going to make myself a mark. I'm not going to stress too much about the mark itself because I can always like erase it or what have you, but there's my mark, okay? Okay, so I'm using a ruler that has a centering function. You see that right there? That's my 0, and all I have to do is make sure that I'm at the same mark on this side as this side, and that's how I get the center of my project. Now, my slot needs to be 2.5 inches, and I want it to be centered, right? So it actually needs to be slightly bigger than 2.5 inches, but just slightly. So I'm going to measure it for 2.5 inches, and I can make the cut adjustment myself. So that means I need to do 1.25 inches on this side. So I'm going to make a mark at 1.25 inches here, and I need to do 1.25 inches on this side. And that will give me, and if you want to double check, just take your ruler, that'll give you a 2.5 inch slot, okay? That's what I needed. So I'm going to open this up, and I'm going to get my knife, or you can do this with your scissors, super easy. And I am going to use a ruler today because I'm kind of floating here. And this is my card itself. You know, before in the project I did yesterday, I just kind of cut it out without worrying about a ruler. But since this is the actual project, and it's going to show, it won't show necessarily, but I'm not going to be using it as a template. I want to kind of be a little more careful. So remember, more passes, less pressure. That way you don't slip and slide all over the place. Like my ruler sat still because I wasn't trying to be kind of crazy with it. Okay, see that? Perfect. So I've decided to do this one in a wintry look, like a blue wintry theme, which I think will be so pretty. So what I've done here is I've cut myself a piece that is 4 by 5 1/4, just a mat size, okay? And I'm going to glue it directly down. Directly? That's how you say that, I guess. Okay, so little glue on the back here, like so. And I'm just going to glue it down. And don't worry about the slot. We're going to come back to it. I'm telling you, I'm trying to do this the easy way. No templates, no nothing. We just have to make that slice. You're like, but you just covered the slice up. I did, but here's how we're going to bring it back. Because the slice is there, I'm going to flip this over and bring that slice back without having to do another measuring. And remember, we've already cut through this cardstock once, so getting through that little thin piece will be easy. Now, I do think I'm going to have to extend this slightly because my little slider mechanism, now look, perfect, done, neat and clean too. My little slider mechanism is actually 2.5 inches wide, so I feel like I'm going to have to do a little something here, and I have an idea. We'll see if it works. Okay, so I'm just going to crease this down, set it aside. This will be sealed up and shut eventually because we're going to have a slider coming in there, but we're not there yet. Let's do our stamping. So again, the same thing you've seen me do for the last 3 days with this stamp set. Are y'all tired of it yet? I keep using the stamp set, but I love it. I just can't get enough of it. So the same thing you've seen me do, I'm going to stamp this onto a pattern paper, and I'm going to color to make it look like I'm using multiple pages. And I'm really stepping outside my box on colors because I'm going to use pink. Pink and blue, pink and blue. All right, and let's stamp this one up here. I don't think I want it there. I want it lighter, so I'm going to move it up so I get a lighter color. There we go. That was the dark strip in the middle, and I didn't really want that dark color, so I'm happier with that lighter color right there. All right, let's do some coloring. So this marker is number 449. It doesn't have a name for the color, but it's number 449. And it's going to be pale, and that's okay. I'm just going to come in here and color the middle as if it were a pink strip of ribbon, or to make it look like we've used 2 pieces of cardstock without paper piece. And there's nothing wrong with paper piecing. I love to paper piece. And I've done some. I've even done this one in paper piecing. But look how easy this is. It just makes it look like we've used some coordinating cardstock, and we haven't. And I thought pink would be cute with the snowy look. Red would have been cute. Red looks great with this blue. All right, and then I'm going to color in my bow just for some contrast. Oh, so cute. All right, you guessed it. We're cutting it out. Okay, so I got my package cut out. Look how cute it is with the pink. I love that. Okay, I'm going to put that aside. Now I have my little slider mechanism. Remember, we kept calling it mechanism, and it's not hard. It just sounds hard by the word mechanism. This piece is 4 3/4 by 2 1/2. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to score it at 3 3/4. So I'm going to give myself an inch fold up. So I've got that scored like so, and then we can crease it down. Now I will have the measurements and stuff for this in the blog post for you guys about this video, so it'll be linked in the description below, so you don't have to worry to write all this down. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and glue this piece down, okay? I know that it's going to work. I've made this, several times. What you want to do, and I'm going to use my little cutting mat to help me out here, you want to glue this to the top 1/4 of this little mechanism piece, okay? You don't want to go any further down than that if you can keep from it, because you want to make sure your gift card will fit into the slot. So I'm going to center this over the top 1/4 inch down. And again, I'm just using my cutting mat just to help me kind of eyeball that 1/4 inch. So there's my little slot mechanism. Don't have it quite centered. So cute. And so easy. All right, so before I seal this shut, I want to practice. And remember how I told you this is going to be too tight? It definitely is. I want to try something. I'm going to try it with you watching. I think this will change everything. So I'm going to use my hole punch out here on the end, okay? So I've got it locked at 1/2 inch, so I'm going to move it all the way down. And what I want to do is take my hole punch, and at the end of that, I may not even use the big one. I'm going to use the small one. At the end of that slot, I'm going to poke a hole right at the end. Have you seen this before when you see like professional is the word, or, mass-produced cards? See that little slot, the little extra hole that it adds? I think this will give us just what we need. I can hardly see my little slot there. I had to look. I think this will give us just the space we need. See that? And it'll look like something you've seen at like, big box stores. All right, so look, perfect, right? Perfect. That did exactly what I wanted. All right, while that's in there, what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue my little package down to the front so I can finish that all up. So I'm just going to go like this, and I'm going to line up the center, because that's really all that needs to line up there. That is cute. I love these colors together. All right, now I'm going to open this guy up, and I'm going to lay this straight, okay? And what I want to do is I want to apply glue around this piece, and we're going to shut this guy down. I do not want to glue it shut, but I want to make sure that my glue is kind of holding this piece in place, and then bring this over like so, and then glue it all down. Take your time here. Don't rush. Make sure this catches. Make sure your glue catches. You could use sticky tape if you didn't want to wait. You can also take your bone folder. If you're like me, I tend to get ink or something on white cardstock. Today I'm not for some reason, but you could totally put a piece of paper over this to rub it down. All right, and I'm noticing that I'm getting a little lift down here. So I'm going to just slide right up inside here and add a little more glue to the edge, and then just seal that shut. If that opens, it's not that big of a deal, honestly, if that doesn't shut really well for you, because in my other cards, I didn't worry about sealing that down either. All right, so our pull mechanism will work. What I want to do now is my sentiment on the top. So for my sentiment, I'm going to use the sentiment from the stamp set that says, "I'm terrible at buying gifts. Let's see how you do." I think that'll be cute for the little gift card pull out. So I'm going to ink this guy up. And I'm using a light piece of that kind of bokeh patterned cardstock from that 6x6. I'll show you which one I'm using, by the way. It is the Winter Magic from Echo Park. It's absolutely gorgeous. I love this. I'll flip through. I'll put a link to it in the blog post for you. Okay, so the other thing I want to do, and this may seem strange, but I think it's going to work. You know the little stars I've been using from the stamp set all week? Like every time I get done, I get to this point and I add the little stars. I'm going to do them in black, and that may sound strange, but I think they'll really pop. I've been doing them in yellow. You can see that they look very yellow on my piece, but look how cute that is in the black to kind of bring some of the black around the card to here. I think this is cute. Plus that bokeh background, that's how I say it. That's probably not how you're supposed to say it, but that bubbly little background, this really looks cute, doesn't it? All right, let's keep going. I just love how happy these little stars look. I'm gonna start using this on everything. It's the new stitching, y'all. Happy and celebratory. I still don't know if I got that word right. All right, let's put one right here. Too cute. That just changes everything, doesn't it? All right, let's take that to our card base. Okay, so to our card base, I think I'm going to pop this up on some foam, and I think I'm going to corner round it. I think it needs a little something. So here's my corner rounder. Do I want to do the 1/2 inch? I think so. I'm going to run around and just round all these corners real quick, just to give this a little different look, kind of doctor it up a little bit. I didn't do a good job on that corner. Let me do that one again. I missed it just a tiny bit. There we go. All right, and then some foam. So just cut myself a piece of Scotty there. Peel that off. Put my sentiment on. Now, what I want to encourage you, and I've been meaning to say it in every video, and I have forgotten every single time, on the back of this card is where you would put your sentiment or whatever you're saying to the person. So you could either stamp directly on here and maybe do that before you do all the gluing and the folding, or you could do another piece and stamp and then glue it on top of here. But look how easy this is. Now we need to tell them what to do, how to get this out, right? And typically I've been using this little stamp from our action stamp set, but today I'm going to write it myself. So if you don't have the action stamp set, you can do exactly this and tell them to pull right here. And I'm going to go over it a couple of times so it's really bold. And it's easy enough, and I have terrible handwriting, so that's easy enough to tell them to pull that out of there. All right, and now let's see what we get. Now, I did not load money in here, but look, you'll just load your little gift card right there or your money right there, and look how cute and easy, right? And the more you do it, the easier it'll get. All right, guys, that's my 3rd card using Gift Card Surprise. Actually, I guess it's my 2nd card, and I also did a tag. I will create a playlist for these and link it here for you guys if you want to watch it. So you can always refer back to those. And remember, I'll always have the measurements and things in the description of the video in a blog post for you. So if you ever want to make it again, and think about this, you can do this for birthday. I mean, you can change it up for anything, any occasion, right? Super cute and super easy. Hey, thanks so much for watching today. And you know the deal. You know what I want you to do. I want you to make something using this stamp set, and then I want you to put a picture of it on our customer gallery. And also, I want you to join our Discord. Our Discord has over 1,000, I want to say we're at 1,100 members now, and there's so much crafty goodness over there for you. It's an easy way to contact us. We talk on there most every day. We have something to say, and it's a lot of fun little place to be. All right? All right, guys, thanks so much for watching. Till next time. Bye-bye.